Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1959 Olympia SM3 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time, along with the other SM models from Olympia, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. And this one has unique font, so stick around to see that reveal when I get to the print section. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75 to 80. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. And this is the paper bail that sits on top, holds the page down nice and tight. It's got two adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on 1.5. But if you want single space, you just flip the switch all the way to the back. It skips 2 half spaces. When you have it in the middle, it skips 3 half spaces. When you have it all the way to the front, it skips 4 half spaces. Now I have this on 1.5 because this has unique font. So it just is better, especially when you're typing capital letters. Even though I'm not typing capital letters, I'm just keeping it at 1.5 for now. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Beautiful. Type as fast as you want on this. Excellent engineering, excellent condition. And here we go. We have cursive / script number 75 typeface. Beautiful print. Prints 11 characters per inch. And it only uses a single color ribbon because of the height of the font. You can get a dual color, but it's a different font. It's a 69, and that is a bit shorter and sloppier. Looks more like handwriting. This is more fancy, flowy. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip it forward, it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to type all the way to the end. Very good. This is your carriage lock. You flip that up and move the carriage to the middle. It will lock it in the middle. Also locks the keys and the shift. Flip it down, it unlocks the carriage and all the keys and the shift. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. Tab on the top. This is an SM3, so it has a manual tab set on the back, but they're not like the old school tabs where you actually have to pull them off and put them on. These won't get lost. So you have 6 tabs here, and you can see where they stop on the front. You can see on the top side, there's a little red arrow. If you look through that crack there to see exactly what space it's on. Right now we just have them on 10 space intervals. You could set them as many or as far apart as you want. Very good. So here's your color selector. You only got 2 options on this one. You got a blue dot or a white dot. So that basically just allows you to print the top portion of the ribbon or no ink at all, which is just a stencil. Just when you have it on, it doesn't go up at all, as you can see, the vibrator. So when you have it on the blue, it goes up, and I think some of them print right down the middle, some of them just print the top section. I didn't test this one to see exactly where it prints, but because I just have a solid black ribbon. Sometimes you can get away with having a black and red ribbon and it just prints the top section, but I don't know about this one. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction manually, the side you want it to go to, just flip this ribbon guide towards the middle and it'll swap to that side. I don't want to hit the keys too hard without paper in the paper loaded, because you don't want to hit the platen with just bare slugs. That's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon. When it gets to the end, it'll catch on that. It's a little metal piece on the end, and if you don't have an eyelet on the end of your ribbon, you can tie a knot and it'll catch on that and swap the direction automatically. Here's your touch control. It's all the way back right now. There's a minus sign back here. The farther front you go to the plus sign there, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. The lower you go, the less tension. Carriage release on the right side only on the SM3. SM4 has them on both sides. And This is your paper support arm. And this button, if you push it in, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. You can also do that on the left side with this lever here. You flip that back, it disables the spacing. You flip it forward, you get the clicks. And if you pull out the knob here, that's basically the same thing as pushing it on the right side as pulling it on the left side. So it's got basically 3 options to do that. You just want to be careful when you do that because you will lose your line if you're keeping track of your lines. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.